welcome back to another video. Today we are discussing the Creed and Rocky franchise. What is in store for the future? What are some possible outcomes that they could take moving forward? We are all going to dive into that, but first make sure you've subscribed, like the video if you want more of the future, like we'll do like a Marvel one after the Avengers and etc. So if you want some of those, make sure you like, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, Rocky is a loved franchise, and with the new installment Creed 2. Now before I go any further, spoilers will be in this video for Creed 2, so if you haven't seen it, click off, go watch Creed 2 and then come back. So we'll continue on now, you've been warned, there will be spoilers. So the first thing that they could do moving forward with the Creed and Rocky franchise is they end it right here after Creed 2. Creed 2 was such a great ending to Rocky as a character, and the way that they've ended this whole thing is, it's perfect. Like, I would have no dramas whatsoever if they never made a Creed 3. No dramas whatsoever. I would be happy with it because it is a brilliant send-off to the actual franchise as well. Yeah, what's that? It is a brilliant send-off to the franchise, and I do not have a problem with them ending it here. I mean, you could just end it, like really you could, because at the end of it, Rocky tells Adonis it's his time, Rocky's time is up, and Rocky goes, meets his grandson, I believe, or granddaughter, one of the two, and his son to build that relationship back up, and Stallone even come out and said that he's finished playing Rocky, so, but you know, you never know in the future, really. People say they're finished doing things all the time and they come back, so you never know. So yeah, that's the first one. You know, you could just end it there, so that's going to be the first one. So the second one I believe that they could do is have a time skip when Michael B. Jordan's older and he takes over as the Rocky role. He's the teacher. He takes on the student, or he has a son and he takes his son throughout, and he tells him all about the history about his grandfather Apollo and Rocky, and how they had this mutual rivalry and friendship going at the same time, and what they had to overcome, and how Rocky showed him everything he knows throughout his career. You know, you could do it that way. He takes over that role and he shows it. That's obviously going to take further on in the future, so you have to wait on Michael B. Jordan. So you'd have to wait another 20 years possibly for that to happen. So, but I don't know if they're, considering how well Creed and Creed 2 have done, I don't see them waiting that long to do that. That could be future later on. But you could do it that way, which would be an interesting way to do it. And that's probably the least likely to happen. That's more for, say, if they do 3 and 4, Creed 3 or 4, whatever, and they have this one as like the 4th or 5th one. But you could do that. That's one, but it's very unlikely that's going to happen. But it would be an interesting story to tell. And finally, the last one is, of course, they pick up right where they left off. As soon as they finish Creed 2, they pick up from there. Now, you don't need Rocky. That's it. Rocky's character is done. Rocky, the only time Rocky should be, if they do make Creed 3, the only time Rocky should be in Creed 3 is a cameo with a flashback. Or Adonis is having a hard time, so he goes to Rocky and says, look, I'm having a hard time, I need some help, can you give me some advice? Rocky gives him some advice, he takes it on board, and then that's it. You don't see Rocky again. You could do it that way, but Rocky has to have the smallest part in this movie if he's going to be in it, or don't have him at all. His character arc and character is done. It's done. He's sent off perfectly. He doesn't need to be in there. Now you can pick up right where Adonis leaves with Bianca and his child, and you could have the whole how he's trying to get used to having a daughter that's deaf, and it's interesting because the relationship between Donnie and Bianca is not the same as Rocky and Adrian, because Bianca has a career that she's doing, and she's on a time limit as well with her death, with her deafness as she's going more deaf each day. So it'd be great to see how they balance life like that, thrown in their child that is got the same birth. I think it's the same hearing loss as Bianca. So it would be great to see how Donnie actually copes with that, and you could have a storyline where Bianca is actually getting more fame than Donnie, and he's losing the fame as she's growing, and they got to throw that out. And then you could throw in she goes completely deaf, and then wow, that throws a spanner into the works, and he's really got to pick himself up and try and defend like a title or something like that. And yeah, he has to, there's so much story to tell between Adonis and Bianca. There's so much there. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they did make a Creed 3. It's very risky because of how well Creed and Creed 2 are and how well done they finished Creed 2. So it'd be interesting how they move forward with Creed 3 if they do it. And, it's got to be completely Donnie and Bianca based. It cannot have Rocky. Rocky cannot be in it. He's done. And I'm very interested to see if they do a Creed 3. I mean, I'm happy for it to be completely done. I mean, I'm happy for a Creed 3 as well, as long as it's executed properly. And that's going to be the big key. So far, Creed and Creed 2, they're executed brilliantly. Like, they are great movies. They are probably in my top... Them two are in my top 4 of the Rocky movies in ranking-wise. And they're just... To do a 3, it'll be a big gamble to do it. Because you're going to have the Rocky fans who absolutely love Rocky coming in and going, well, Rocky's not in this movie, so why is it part of this franchise and that? But then you've also got to see you've got the Rocky movies and you've got the Creed movies. Creed is sort of its own franchise as well. It's sort of like its own one in the Rocky universe sort of thing. So you're going to lose, because if you don't get it right, you're going to lose a lot of support. People are going to be, see you later, Creed. Don't even add Creed 3 into it. If they don't execute it properly, it'd just be... People will throw it out in the wind. So, it's a risk, but are they going to take it? That's the question. I mean, I'm happy for them to finish it, or I'm happy for a Creed 3 as long as it's done right. Let me know in the comments if you've seen Creed 2, what you thought of it. Do you think they should make a Creed 3, or should they have just ended the series, the franchise right now, on Creed 2, and not touch it? Or maybe come back in, say, 10 years, 20 years, and do a Creed 3, do a sequel when Donnie's older. Let me know in the comments what you believe. Like the video if you like these type of videos where we dive into the future, giving out some theories of what could happen. So, without further ado, please enjoy your day, and have a lovely day, I guess. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace!
Perfect.